wet morning, no sunshine and no wind. So we got those other two belts in and I'm gonna put those on, but it's a little slippery up here. And made sure to put the fall harness on just in case. Never know. All it takes is one screw up. That's a quick and easy job done. Nice. Brand new spray paint bottle ran, but it's kind of nice to have the hash marks so that when you're on the ground, you can see them come around and make sure that this thing's turning. Notice this one didn't have paint either, so it got a quick dash of paint. Seems to be the year of electric motors for us, so it'd be nice to be able to just glance up and see it turning. Kind of a real gloomy morning. No wind, not supposed to be wind all day. Maybe some sunshine late this afternoon. So we're just kind of doing a few things. And both trucks are full. We got a wagon, a 650 wagon that's full. And the wet tank is full. We've been having guys dump into that just because it's usually pretty good, but we don't want to have any more spills, being that we already got our shoveling in for the year, I'm hoping. So that roof auger needs to be fed slightly slower. So just to ease that, we'll do the transferring in the morning, and they can dump as if it's wet corn straight into the wet tank, and then there's a bypass to put it into the dry leg. So just works out better that way, easier for everybody. Had a pretty big day. We're having some issues with the header height on that machine, so I just got out and he's trying to make some adjustments, but the beans are really short down there, so they're not feeding in the best. Ariel's blowing them in, but they're just piling up. But it's going. This is the last little bit of beans and like 2 acres around the bin site that we left. And the rain is almost here. And the final push. Been looking for these acres for a long time. It's always a relief to get the beans done. There it is. The 2021 bean harvest is done. That is a huge sigh of relief. Morning. It's a little cold today. See your breath this morning. This morning I'm unloading beans. The wet tank's still full of like 10% to 11% beans. And then the ones coming out of the field were 14. So I'm running a little bit of the truck and a little bit of the wet tank at once into the U-trough and into the bin, so they blend a little bit. Well, we're getting ready to put the corn head back on. Just looking the feeder house chain over because it's about the good time that you can get a look at it without the head on. But you'll notice it still has the sticker on. We had a rock go in the combine the other day and bent up like 5 of these. Not sure that rock did it all, but we noticed 5 bent ones. So we got those put on, and yeah, everything looks decent in here. We're gonna put the corn head on, and then we'll have to switch the combine settings all over to corn. In case you're curious, got the 8970 with the 9 bottom plow. And then the 8870 we unhooked from that DMI ripper, and I got the 7-shank Wilrich disc ripper over there on that. I just got to empty out the bottom of this cone, and then to do that I got a bucket with a hole cut in the bottom. There's a hole in the jump auger, so the corn dryer is calling for grain, which makes this come on, drops into the U-trough, into the bin. Maybe a bushel will be on the ground when it's all said and done, but I got my shovel there, I'll clean that up. Just like that, we're picking corn. Just getting this field opened up and kind of getting trucks shuffled around. It's a little bit of a hectic thing right now because we've got the headlands just got off, so now we finally have room to get the trucks all the way in the field. There's a decent field road here, but checking for corn in the next rows over. That's a pretty telltale sign that you're carrying over. You got to change the settings on your machine, but I think we got it pretty well dialed in. The corn's pretty dry, so 16% coming out of the field. We got severe weather in a couple days here. Well, you know, day and a half at this time now. Gives me flashbacks to 3 years ago We had those tornadoes come through, and I don't want to deal with downed corn, so hopefully it's nothing too bad. Could use the rain, the ground's really dry, but we don't need the wind and any other severeness that comes with it. Start the dryer up here. The temperature surges when it first turns on. So we're up at just shy of 200 degrees. I'm aiming for that 170 mark. The corn's really dry. We don't need to over dry it as it goes through. Just started the unload process. I'm gonna go over there and make sure it's working. I'm not saying that bad motor the other day gave me trust issues. Shoveling right there. But I got trust issues now. That's the sound of corn hitting the wall. There's a spreader in the middle spinning to evenly spread it out in case it is any temperature to the corn, but it comes out pretty cool. Got the truck unloaded. Quick dryer sample to see how it's doing, and then we'll go switch trucks. You stay running, you hear? No corn spills. Well, hopefully there's no issues. Well, we got our first load, so it's time to bring her on back, go check the dryer and see how that's looking. So we're only a couple miles from the farm here, so it shouldn't take too long. Haven't set the drone up in a while. Missed all of bean harvest with it, just went so fast, but here we go.